He's like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music. Love, love.
Hello. Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. This is my review for Married at First Sight, Season 7, Episode 11. If you have not done so, I'm a little bit off. If you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel. Do not forget to also hit that notification bell because it lets you know when I have new videos up. Because you never know when a new video is up. Anyway, this particular episode, I feel like the season's getting a little bit boring again. I said at the beginning, oh, it was kind of boring, and in the middle it got kind of good, but now I'm a little bored again. So I almost made this a car conversations one, but when I left work, it was too dark to be writing and talking or recording because you would not be able to see me. It's a gnat on my curtain, y'all. The people are coming tomorrow to spray for these punk ass drain nets. So I hope by like Saturday I will not be distracted, because when I see one it literally distracts me because I want to punch it in the face. So I'm just, anyway, focus, Jelly, focus. But yeah, it's getting a little bit boring to me. So I don't know how many episodes the season usually has, but you know, I'm like, it can't, you know, well, I guess if they got 3 more weeks of before their decision, so I'm like, okay, 3 more weeks can be like what, 2, maybe 3 more episodes. So I don't know. It's just, it's getting boring to me, people. I don't know what else to do. Anyway, so I'm doing it in a different order because, you know, I do person by person. Even though they went out all together like in the middle, I'm starting with that. Okay, so we do see the couples all go out to a cooking class. So all 3 couples are there cooking, and the chef who they were cooking with, I believe he was on Top Chef if I'm not mistaken, but I can't remember, but he looked familiar. So I'm like, the only cooking show I've ever watched was Top Chef, so I'm assuming that's where I remember him from. So we see that each husband is the cook in the house, and each wife does not really cook a lot or whatever. So you know what I'm saying, it's kind of funny to see how they kind of all happen within each marriage. We see Bobby, like, you know what I'm saying, Chef RB, he good, you know what I'm saying, slicing and dicing and stuff. Even Danielle said, like, in the house when he's cooking, like, he does not really need her help. He just asks her, you know, to come in the kitchen and talk to him while he's cooking. I'm like, that's a very much so a good compromise. You know what I'm saying, if you can't cook this food with me, at least come here and talk to me while I'm doing this thing. You know what I'm saying, I'll be leaving in here by myself. I'm the maid or just your chef. We see how Amber, it's been typical Amber, okay? She is freaking out because she can't, like, cut up, was it like a clove of garlic? She couldn't do something. Oh my god, I can't do this. Oh my god, I can't do this. Help me. And you know, Dave was like, here she goes again. You know what I'm saying? She's kind of always freaking out, but I'm gonna deal with it, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to try to give her some help just so that she does not continue to freak out. But I'm like, she's just kind of crazy. Mia, what's going now? Mia, maybe a spoon to the vinegar. Mia is, a towel caught on fire. Okay, she really, it was a towel she had set on the stove, and he like, you know, watch the towel, and then she still got me to catch on fire. And she said that she's done it before. I mean, I didn't think it was a big deal. Like the other day, even in my house, my little strainer, I have like a plastic one. Forgot I had my oven on and had it on my stove. It melted a little bit, you know what I'm saying? It didn't get on fire, but it melted, so it's fine. And so they all do sit around and kind of chit chat as they're eating the food that they all made together. You know, they all kind of bring up how the hardest thing for them to like handle within the marriage is remembering they have another person to consider when making decisions and communicating on certain things. So they all said that was the one thing that they had to realize, you know, being married now. We do see how Danielle said that for her, it's awkward that the other couples like have like little issues here and there, and her and Bobby have not yet. Now she did say like me and him just we haven't had an issue yet. We have not had an argument yet. Even though she we both know it's coming, it just hasn't happened yet. So for us, it's awkward as if they've had issues or arguments and we have not yet. And then we do see Mia also mention how her and Tristan have decided to take that move to Houston, and how big of a move that is for her. And Danielle mentioned like in her little confessional, it's great that she trusts him or whatever. It's so new within the marriage, but you know what I'm saying? I just hope she keeps it like a just in case plan B, just in case things don't go as she thinks it will. I don't think she's going to get rid of her apartment here. I don't think so. I think if they move, she's going to just rent out her apartment, like probably on a month to month lease or something. I think she's not going to like fully like give up everything and like move away or whatever. So Tristan and Bobby, very easy. They were very easy today. We see how each couple kind of met with the little counseling lady in the beginning of their sessions or whatever. So when they met with the counseling lady, they brought up how they're going to move to Houston and how they both feel about it. Mia bringing up how she's now more open to the idea. She's less nervous, a bit more excited than she was before. Because moving is a big whole thing, and she said at first she felt as if she was just nervous, so that was her whole apprehension about going. But she's excited about moving, possibly getting to know his family even more, and all those things. So we do see the next exercise the doctor has to do is it's like a phone exercise where you switch phones with your partner. You'll have each other's passwords and stuff like that. So it's like a trust exercise, if you ask me. They both say how they don't want to go through each other's phone, which I was kind of surprised about, because I feel like Tristan would have said like, let me look through her phone to kind of see what's in, like to see if there's any other warrants in here or anybody else's credit card information. But they both say how they trust each other because they had already been through other things in the beginning, so they did not need to do that. I don't even think they gave each other's passwords, because even if you don't look through someone's phone, if you have their password, it's like, oh well, if you ever want to, my passcode is 7779311. But they did not do that. We do see in the end they just in the bed laughing, and saying how they are optimistic about them and their move to Houston. Now the bed is still childish. It's still a whole college theme bed. I'm just like, I hope when y'all move, y'all as a wedding gift, somebody buy them a bedroom set. Please do that, people, please. So we then see Danielle and Bobby, and they also talk to the counseling lady or whatever, and Danielle brings up how she is aware that she basically sucks as a communicator and being affectionate. She says how she just kind of was not raised that way, how her family did not say like I love you a lot. They were not affectionate at all, so for her it's kind of awkward for her. So it's just different, and I feel like I guess I get that, if you weren't used to growing up saying I love you to people, I get how that can be a thing. But that could be the reason why her ass is a punk ass nat. That could be the reason that her is it one? Yeah, it's just one. It could be the reason why she stayed single, because who wants to be with somebody who can't communicate and who can't be affectionate, who can't like articulate how they feel? Like, who wants to be with someone like that? I have no idea. You know what I'm saying? And then the doctor suggests from that situation that they take these tantric lessons, which is enlightenment through sex. I mean, we've all seen like Kama Sutra, all that, so I think it's a good thing for them, because it can kind of help them get more in control or more in connection with each other's bodies. So, Danielle brings up how for her, she feels like it's outside of her comfort level, but she wants to try it because she just wants to be able to say that she tried different things to make sure that her husband was happy. At that point in time, we hear the dog barking, and I'm like, that dog is barking a whole bunch, and we see that she has a whole new rescue dog. And then Bobby, they both kind of bring up how, because her drive to work, she drives like an hour and a half to and from work, so she's in the car 3 hours a day just driving to and from work. So a lot of the dog duties or the things taking care of the dogs goes on him. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, you know what, it's tough for me, getting up at, you know what I'm saying, at midnight and cleaning up dog poop, getting up at 6 a.m. cleaning up dog poop, then at noon I'm cleaning up dog poop, and then when I get home from work, you know what I'm saying, I clean up dog poop, like to clean up dog poop, you know what I'm saying, for these rescue dogs all day who have diarrhea, it's a lot. But he brings up how, but I realized it's a part of her passion, so I've kind of adapted to doing it. And I felt like when he was talking, saying like, I did this and this and this and this, the fact that she did not say anything, like, you know what, for me, I felt like she had no reaction, like she kept smiling, and I'm like, you're not even gonna frown, bitch? No, not at all. I mean, I was like, girl, bye. Anyway, the doctor also has them switch phones. They gave each other's phones, gave each other's codes, and looked through them. And she did ask him, like, what apps do you use? He says, I use the camera a lot. Yeah, it's not even a real app, but it's okay. But he said, yeah, you have a lot of apps in your phone. I don't think guys at times use a lot. Some guys don't use a lot of apps. We women do. I have a lot of apps on my phone, and I have 2 phones. Okay, so, and this app's on both of them. Anyway, but they, and it wasn't like a whole deep dive look through, you know what I'm saying? You kind of skim through here, skim through there. You look through the photos. What's in here? You look for the videos, find any porn videos or whatever. You'd have to look through the browsing history, okay? Look through the browsing history and then ask them, do you have a secret? Whatever. You just kind of figure things out. But they looked through things, it was cool. I'm like, okay, if they like it, I love it. So they do go to the lesson, the tantric lesson or whatever by the lady, and it was weird because the lady kept saying the word orgasm, and they kept getting like freaked out, like just kind of weirded out by it, like they were embarrassed. They were embarrassed by the fact that she kept using the word orgasm. But I'm like, how can you be embarrassed by the word orgasm? Are you not having orgasms? Like, orgasm is a regular word. I'm like, I was just like, it's a regular ass word, so I didn't get that. Anyway, but they acted like teenagers, like, orgasm. It's like, y'all are grown as adults, okay? Married people who have been having sex, it's just, orgasm is just a word. It was also an action, okay? So I feel like maybe they're not having good orgasms. Anyway, the teacher then tells them to like sit facing each other, for her to put her legs on top of his, and they kind of close, just a little closer and whatnot, and for them both to say something that they love, that they're challenged by, and what they need from the relationship. So Bobby says how he loves how much time they spent together, and how he's challenged by taking care of so many rescue dogs, and now he needs to hear how she feels. And then she says she loves his commitment, how she doesn't have any challenges yet, and that she just needs continued support. And I said to myself, but he's supportive. Like, he cooks the food, he takes care of the dogs. Like, I'm assuming he initiates sex. I'm assuming that. I don't know. Who knows? Because it's awkward. Anyway, but I'm like, I feel like she needs to just say more for him. Like, I don't get how a person who does not express themselves and can't communicate well wants a lot of support. When it seems to me like, do you give any? Anyway, they then like on the couch, and she asked him like, well, when you think about, getting aroused, like, what do you think about? And he was like, it. I'm like, what the fuck is it? It can be a lot. It can be a vagina. It can be a penis. It can be an orgasm. It can be anal. It can be dick sucking. It can be anything. It can be anything. Okay, it can be anything. Okay, it can be sex. It can be orange juice. It can be many things, Bobby. And then they both kind of like, I'm like, they were acting like school, like little 12-year-olds who are learning about sex for the first time. Oh, y'all just grown as adults. Just stupid. Anyway, they then go on a date together because they want some alone time, which is kind of cute. And he brings up how, for him it is tough taking care of the rescue dog, because she's like, I feel like, maybe too much for you. And he's like, well, if I need a break, I'll say that. And I think if I need a break, I should get a break, because if not, I'll get tired of it. I feel like he was saying, in a way, I need a break. Okay, he was saying it without saying it, because he kind of spoke on it a little bit. He spoke on it a lot. And then she said, you know what, I'm going to get up at night now. I'm going to get up at night, and I will take care of the dog and clean out the poop or whatever. Then he said, like, she's a heavy sleeper, and so she might not wake up, and I'm not going to wake her up. So, I'll probably still be doing it. He probably is going to murder them dogs. I told you he's a killer. Anyway, so we do see them later in bed, and he's talking to her, and I was listening, but I wasn't listening. He was just telling her how he felt or whatever, and he said, because I love you. And then she said, "Aw," and then she kind of gave him a kiss, but she didn't say it back because she has no emotions. She's emotionless. So, last but not least, the train wreck, in my opinion. Dave and Amber. I do not see Dave and Amber making it. I don't. I really, really don't. So they're talking to the counseling lady, and we see they're having issues communicating. Big fucking shocker. So, he brings up how, she's always having these big reactions to little stuff that kind of doesn't matter. And then he brings up a situation that happened just today. He brings up how, she got very, very upset and had a big, big bad reaction because she did not have any clean socks. And he said she threw socks around because she was mad. And I said, first of all, as a grown adult person, if you don't have any clean socks, that's your fault. No one's fault but your own. Okay, that is your fault. Absolutely, completely, 100%. So why are you tossing socks at your husband if your socks are dirty? Last we checked, you was the person saying that you're going to do your own laundry. So if you no longer have any socks, that's your fault. Okay, because at one point or another, you had to went and got the last sock of yours. Because I'm pretty sure y'all don't wear the same socks. I'm just gonna go out on them and say y'all don't wear the same socks. And so if you went and got your last pair of clean socks and never washed socks or bought new socks, I have a habit if I run out of something, I will buy something new. That's why I got too much shit at this current time. I have 3 drawers full of socks, and I have not worn socks since last summer. I want to just kill. Oh my god! Whenever I see a gnat, it just drives me crazy. Anyway, so she's pissed. He then brings up because she was upset about the whole not having any socks thing. He then had a reaction to how she was acting, and where she was upset for, let's say, 15-20 minutes, he was then upset for the next 2 hours. And I'm like, that's how it happens though sometimes. Someone pisses you off and you be mad longer than they be upset. And it's like, God darn it, they had me pissed off and it made me, mad for a long time, and I didn't want to be mad that long of a time. So Dave then said, like, it's just kind of hard because, in life, you don't get to choose your wife. And I said, the fuck you say? Yes, Dave, you didn't choose your wife. In regular life, everyone gets to choose their wife. Okay, unless you're in an arranged marriage. And at this point in time, y'all were in an arranged marriage. So anyone who is not in an arranged marriage absolutely positively picks their wife. Okay, that's just true life. He brings up how so you can't pick who you fall. Yes, you can. You can't pick. You're a bad picker. Okay, you didn't pick at all. Okay, the people who picked her is a goddamn bad picker. So we then see the doctor also tell them to switch phones for the whole trust exercise. Surprisingly, I swear I was like, okay, it's gonna get good because she gonna look at his phone and gonna find a picture of a brunette, delivering Taco Bell, and she gonna say, oh, you like her because she's the brunette and she can cook tacos. And I'm like, that's what I assumed that she would do, but she said, I trust you, and I don't need to go through your phone. And then he said, that's okay, that's cool, I feel the same way, whatever. And she said, you're the first guy whose phone I don't want to go through because I trust you. You're the first guy that I've trusted. And then he's like, well, that's surprising. And she's like, oh, well, why? He says, I'm just surprised that you've never had a long-term relationship where you trusted a person. Like, that's just weird to me. And I can get him feeling like that's weird because it's like, you never trusted anybody? Because I've had boyfriends I trusted, but I've also had ones I didn't. But I can say that I never had one that I never trusted. Like, it's weird for her to say like she's never trusted someone enough to not go through their phone. That's a lot. So she then says like, I've dated a lot of guys who are not good at relationships. And then he like, I'm just surprised, whatever you're saying. It just makes me question her decision making. I'm looking like, Dave, shut up. Shut up, Dave, because it's going to make her get, oh, my insecurities. And sure enough, like, I just think he's judging me, and that's kind of crazy, and it plays on my insecurities. I'm looking like, what is she not insecure about? Like, I mean, every week she's insecure about phones, relationships, hair, nose rings, socks, kitchen, cooking, pots, pans, toothpaste, toothbrush, dental floss, every goddamn thing. She gets on my goddamn nerve. I'm like, just hush up, David. Leave it be, let it alone, okay? It's that whole thing. So we see that happen. So we later see them talking about their future, just future plans with them as a couple. He brings up how he wants them to take a few trips together and travel before they start having kids. And I feel like that's reasonable. You know what I'm saying? That could mean like give us a good 2 years before we, plan to have some kids, or even a year and a half. Like I've known you for a month. I don't want to have a baby with you just yet. Anyway, not just yet. Not never, but not just yet. And I also feel like Dave in the back of his head realized he not gonna be with her for long. I think he knows that. Anyway, she brings up how, I'm already 36, so we can't wait too long. And then he said, well, couples be having babies, you know what I'm saying, in their older years. Well, it's true, but you shouldn't just bank on having older babies. Like, you just should not do that. So she then says, I just wanted to, want to do it and get it over with, because I can't wait for the babies to turn 5, because I don't like not getting sleep. And then he was like, the fuck? You know what I'm saying? He's like, the first 5 years are very critical. Like, those are also good years. Like, I want to enjoy the first 5 years of our kid's life. And they have a bit of a disagreement about her comment like that or whatever. And he says it makes him worry because she already stressed, and she already be stressful, and is basically crazy when she has a lack of sleep. So he like, I feel like she don't handle things well already when she's stressed or don't have any sleep. So how is she going to be once his kids here and she has to be stressed and she's going to not get any sleep? Like, how is that even going to work? And then she's like, well, you get stressed out too. And he was like, yeah, but I'm like, but does he throw socks? Who knows? And so, he brings up how we both want kids, so it's not even something that we should be stressed about or argue about, because we both want them. It's just that, we don't need to have them right now. And they don't need to have them right now at all, because, again, I don't see them working out. I don't. I think before they even think about kids, they should be, I think if they're together in a year, okay, because you put up with her for a year, and I'm in a year after the show has already been shooting or whatever. So like, if at the end they say, okay, the show was shot, let's say in 2017, the early 2017, and not aired in 2018. So like, if y'all still together now, I would, and y'all okay, then can have some kids. Okay, I get that at that point. But other than that, just don't do it. Just don't do it. And now it's the whole episode. So I mean, I'm a little bit over this show. I saw a new show. I think it was like, was it Married at First Sight, the honeymoon? It was some the honeymoon thing that comes on like on Lifetime. So I'm going to look at that and see what it is, and I'll probably review that too. But you know what I'm saying? That's all I got for you guys today. So put your comments in the comment section. Other than that, I'm done. I'm out. Peace.